Ciao ciao दोस्तों, Daniele De Rossi, मेरी ज़बानी. This is a story about Rome's beautiful son. रोम एक ऐसा शहर है जो बहुत ऐतिहासिक शहर है. इस शहर ने क्या कुछ नहीं देखा. It is known as the capital of the world. All roads lead to Rome, a city that has seen a civilization rise, fall and crumble. Many emperors, many gladiators who fought in the Colosseum for glory. ये कहानी है Daniele De Rossi की, who himself was a gladiator and fought for the pride of Rome. Welcome to a brand new video. सीधा दिल से, because I'm going to be sharing to all of you through my eyes and my perspective the journey of Il Capitano Future Danielino De Rossi. तो वीडियो शुरू करते हैं. Daniele De Rossi was born on the 24th of July 1983 and grew up in Ostia, a seaside town close to Rome. But football was always in his blood. He was a Romanista through his father Alberto De Rossi, who also served as one of the longest Primavera coaches, जो youth team coach है, of Roma for a very, very long time. De Rossi always wanted to become a footballer, but had he not become a footballer, he says that he would have been the biggest Roma fan ever. He would have sat in his car, travelled 10 hours for an away game, and had turned up, and would have probably turned up as one of the Roman ultras, supporting the Giallorossi through thick and thin. Rising through the ranks of the Roma Academy, young Daniele De Rossi's dream finally came true in the year 2001, where he finally got his debut. Fabio Capello थे उस समय रोमा के coach. There was another midfielder who used to play in that position, who was deemed surplus to Roma's requirement and ended up going to Brescia. That midfielder was Pep Guardiola. Yes, Pep did play at Roma for a while, and Pep has mentioned that Capello said that his time was up. There was a young, promising midfielder coming up through the ranks of the Roma youth teams, and that was none other than Daniele De Rossi, who took Pep's place in the Roma squad and finally got his debut under Capello in the year 2001. The first time that I saw De Rossi for Roma was in this Champions League game away at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. It was Daniele De Rossi who opened the scoring for Roma, and Cassano got a goal for Roma as well. Roma went in that game 2-0 up at halftime, but somehow ended up losing 4-2. But De Rossi का जो style था, he was an all-out action midfielder, starting as a number 8 who had an eye for goals. Either he would arrive late in the box, or he had his long-range bazooka, rocket shot, जो आज के modern game में बहुत कम होते जा रहे हैं, but De Rossi had that strike in him, and he also had a powerful header through which he scored many goals in his career for Roma as well as for Italy. But a fresh-faced De Rossi almost looked like a young Eminem, blonde hair, no dadi, unrecognizable if you haven't really watched De Rossi in that era. Slowly and steadily, he cemented his place in the Roma lineup. Coaches आए और गए. Roma underwent a very turbulent time on the pitch as well as off it, for which De Rossi had to quickly grow up from a child into, I would say, one of the senior members of the squad. Francesco Totti to thai, he was the god of Rome. He had sublime skill. He was the captain, but De Rossi quickly had to take up the mantle as the next vice captain, as there was no one else to lead his beloved Roma through the time of crisis. It was under Luciano Spalletti that we finally got to see De Rossi completely unleashing his full potential. मुझे अभी भी याद है कि 2005-06 में Roma had a huge transfer embargo and we really couldn't sign anyone. It was then that De Rossi finally kind of started taking up ownership in the middle of the park. De Rossi is well known for his tackles. And वो जो iconic tattoo है इसके पैर में, where a guy is crunching and taking another guy's leg off, I think that kind of began under Spalletti. As I said earlier, that he was an all-out action midfielder in his start, and slowly and steadily, especially when David Pizarro came into Roma's lineup, he and Pizarro formed a fantastic partnership in the center of the park. एक और कहानी है Alberto Aquilani की, again Roman through and through. He was also an able partner for De Rossi, but Aquilani was later on sold to Liverpool. But जो Pizarro De Rossi का जो pairing है in the middle of the park, in that pivot, is stuff of absolute legend. That Spalletti team, the false nine Francesco Totti played, that deserves a separate video, and I'm sure that I'll make a video on that. But आज जो De Rossi का tribute है, he was one of the cogs of that Spalletti system. आते हैं year 2006 में. Still a fresh face De Rossi, still having that Eminem look. De Rossi was called up by Marcello Lippi for the Italy squad, competing in the 2006 World Cup in Germany. Now De Rossi was one of the youngest members of that Italy contingent. De Rossi infamously elbowed Brian McBride in the second group game against the US, and that meant that De Rossi got a 4-match ban. उसका मतलब यही था कि had Italy not played the final, De Rossi wouldn't have played a single game. But as fate would have it, Italy did make it to the final, and De Rossi did come on as a substitute for Francesco Totti in the final, scoring an all-important penalty in the shootout. Italy went on to win the World Cup, and one kahani that I want to tell you, that many years later, when the Italy kitman of the time in 2006, when he passed away, De Rossi put his World Cup winning medal in the coffin of that gentleman. That shows you the character of Daniele De Rossi. Sure, he did make a lot of errors in his career. Sure, he kind of elbowed McBride, young blood or whatever. But Daniele De Rossi is that kind of a leader, that kind of a legendary warrior who you can go out and fight a war for. ऐसा बंदा है. तो ये था 2006 में. Once he came back to Roma is when finally, for some reason unknown to me, he finally got rid of his hair. दाढ़ी अभी भी आई नहीं है, पर 2006-07 में, like I mentioned, under Spalletti and that Pizarro combination is when we saw De Rossi unleashed. And from that season till 2009-10, De Rossi was one of the most sought after midfielders in the planet. De Rossi का गेम इतना पीक हुआ था उस समय में. All out action, like I mentioned, he took it up 100 notches. He could put in those crunching tackles, could dictate the play from the middle of the park, and he would come up with clutch goals. Now also captaining the side on a regular basis wherever Francesco Totti was unfit, De Rossi took on the role of the Roman leader, the legendary gladiator in that arena. His heart would bleed giallorosso, red and yellow, for the club. And during that time, Roma went on to win 2 Super Cups and came very close on 2 occasions on winning the league. Once under Spalletti and then later on once under Ranieri. उस समय में दोस्तों मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ, ये जो 3-4 साल था, I believe that De Rossi was one of the best midfielders in the planet. No one really came close to his characteristics that he had. Peak of his powers, सारे दुनिया के सारे clubs were interested in him. Clubs from England, clubs from Spain, but De Rossi chose to stay with Roma. A commitment that he made just like Francesco Totti. He did not want to betray his hometown club. He rejected millions of euros just to stay with his beloved Roma at that time. वो कहते हैं ना, आजकल फुटबॉल में सारे mercenaries हैं. Everyone moves from one club to another. De Rossi was somewhat of a symbol, a bandera, and in Italian football, it's all about finding those bandiere and resharing their stories. Exactly what I'm doing. In case आप यहाँ तक पहुँचे हो, to do leave a comment below about your De Rossi memory, and of course like, share and subscribe before we move on to the second half of DDR's story. De Rossi had a lot of issues in his personal life in his first marriage. Unfortunately, the first marriage wasn't a success. There was a time when his father-in-law was kind of, I would say in better terms, he passed away due to some mischievous act, which I don't want to name right now. A game tha against Siena, and the Siena Ultras were just chanting ill about De Rossi's former father-in-law, recently deceased father-in-law, and after the end of the game, he broke down in tears. That wasn't the first time that Ultras have been kind of antagonistic towards De Rossi. Lazio Ultras always got into De Rossi's head. But De Rossi, of course, the leader that he was, he came and rose above all of that. His role in the Roma midfield matured with age. Now, this is an era where De Rossi has the legendary beard, and it was under Luis Enrique first, जहाँ पे हमने देखा कि De Rossi played a lot of games as a Roma captain, because Francesco Totti again was going through an injury crisis back then, and वहाँ पे I felt that De Rossi का जो एक maturity था in leading the Roma team, that really came to the forefront. Even under Rudi Garcia, I really feel that De Rossi kind of was the midfield general, and the team that was built around him was probably the best. That Roma midfield had the likes of Mirela Pjanic, Kevin Strootman, and of course Radja Nainggolan to follow. ये जो quartet था Roma midfield का, finally I would say complemented De Rossi's skill sets. Now entering his 30s, De Rossi was a changed player. The all-out action midfielder now was more of a regista, a number 6 who would play even at centre back, especially for the Azzurri, who at that time were lacking a good settled defender. So De Rossi का role हल्का सा बदल गया, but he still could read the game very well, master tackler. And of course, De Rossi was always a good technical player. Like, his passing ability is very, very underrated. He could ping those long balls a la Pirlo, and he could tackle a la Gattuso. De Rossi was the best of both worlds, and with growing age, he took on the role of a very, very different type of midfielder, where he could just sit back just ahead of the defense and dictate the whole game. And I think that suited his natural ability as well. The goals still came, clutch goals अभी भी आए, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं आए clutch goals, but of course the frequency of the goals reduced from when he started out versus to what De Rossi had now evolved into. When Francesco Totti retired, it was Il Capitano Futuro's turn to finally become the full-time captain of his beloved AS Roma. De Rossi once again gave Roma and Roma fans something to cheer about when Roma went on that magical run in the Champions League. And of course, वो Barca match किसको याद नहीं है. De Rossi was the guy who got the first goal of the tie, which was an own goal, unfortunately, at the Camp Nou, and it was his penalty that actually restarted or rekindled the Romantada, the comeback of comebacks. Manolas eventually winning Roma that tie through that header, but it was De Rossi whose leadership was absolutely at display during that particular Champions League run, and I get very emotional about that because Roma in Europe have traditionally not been all that great, especially from the time that I've been following them in the Champions League. हम लोग जब Old Trafford गए थे, we had a very heavy defeat, and De Rossi scored one of the goals of the tie in that game, and no one remembers it obviously because United won that game in the scoreline that was the scoreline. But उसके बाद में भी there was another rematch between Roma and Man United, जहाँ पे De Rossi had a penalty and he skied it at Old Trafford, and this was, I would say, the Barca tie again was something of a great leveler for him as well professionally, because he could bury those demons of the European nights where we had heavy defeats. That Roma win against Barca was a statement that Roma can fight, and it symbolized De Rossi. This was his team now. Totti was gone. He was gone in the shadows. He was now sitting up as one of the fans, you would say, and he was watching Roma produce that miracle. And De Rossi was now the single most important and influential figure in that Roma dressing room. Yeah, unfortunately, De Rossi's time at Roma was also coming to an end, and there was one last dance where he felt that he wanted to try something different before he retires. In an age where Saudi money is very easy, in an age where De Rossi could have gone to the MLS and built a massive fortune, taken up a giant paycheck, he decided to do one of the most hipster things ever and move to Boca Juniors in Argentina. यार De Rossi है ही ऐसी बंदा है. He's a very he's a very cultured man, and he loved the La Bombonera. He loved what Boca stood for, and he decided that he will ply his trade a final few months in Argentina. although his spell was short with Boca Juniors, he did win the Argentinian league, finally getting a league winners medal. Unfortunately, that kind of evaded him at Roma. Of course, he won a few cups, Italian cups and a Supercoppa, but the league was always beyond him. In Argentina, he could win the league and he could call curtains on what was a fantastic club career. De Rossi's time with Italy, the national team La Nazionale, is also legendary. In total, he played 117 times for Italy, scoring 21 goals. He is the highest scoring midfielder of all time for the Azzurri, a record which I think will remain for some time. De Rossi's time with the Azzurri was far more than Francesco Totti's because he played in different eras. Unfortunately, De Rossi had retired by the time Italy won the Euros, but he was one of the assistant coaches to Roberto Mancini, so he does have a European Championships winning medal. Chalo, I'm very happy that he could do that. He started off his managerial career with the lower divisions in Italy, lower clubs in Italy, finally getting a dream move to his beloved Roma last season. Now, De Rossi, mere hisab se, was always meant to become a coach. It is in his blood. Alberto De Rossi is one of the longest serving coaches of the Roma youth teams. And De Rossi का जो एक cerebral intelligence है, वो हमेशा मुझे pitch में दिखा, which is why I thought that he would become an excellent coach. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him in Serie B with Spal, and it did not work out for him, unfortunately, at Roma. Very harshly judged, I would say. But his managerial career is still very young. I still feel that he's got a long way to go. And once he moves to a club where he can actually show his tactical prowess, I feel that De Rossi will become one of the hottest managers in the global circuit. Like I mentioned, De Rossi एक cultured midfielder तो था ही, but he is one of the most cultured minds in football. He loves cinema, he loves literature, and there was an article that was written by Paul Rogers and his fantastic media team while he was at Roma, जहाँ पे आपने देखा कि De Rossi का जो interests है are so varied. Like, for example, Francesco Totti is a very simple guy. You know, at the end of the day, जितना भी तुम Totti का जो aura है on the pitch, off the pitch, he's a very quiet guy who does simple things. But De Rossi is far different. And आपको दिखता है in his choices of movies, in his choices of music. He loves India, by the way. He's one of his favorite movies is Slumdog Millionaire. He loves Shantaram. I hope जब De Rossi आए मुंबई में तो मैं उसको एक्चुअल मुंबई दिखाऊं एंड एक्चुअल इंडिया दिखाऊं. आई होप मुझे वो मौका मिले एंड वो कोलैब करने का एक चांस मिले. यूनिवर्स आई एम पुटिंग इट आउट देयर दैट इफ De Rossi comes to India, I hope I can show him around my country. But one of the most amazing things of De Rossi's career, forget his tattoos, forget his tackles and everything that was there. I remember a game against Messina जहाँ पे De Rossi actually scored with his hand and the referee awarded a goal. De Rossi went to the referee and said that he handled it, and the referee chalked the goal off. And remarkable display of fair play. Like I said, he's a man that you want to be behind. And recently, he did an episode with the guys at Overlap where he finally met his idol, Roy Keane. De Rossi wears the number 16 behind his back because of his idol, Roy Keane, and he's got a daughter as well who's born on the 16th. That's why he chose the number 16th. I remember De Rossi coming off as a fresh-faced teenager, the Eminem, like I mentioned, wearing the number 27, then adopting the number 4 for some time in Roma as well as Italy. But then once he chose the number 16, it was number 16 for life. After De Rossi left Roma, the number 16 was vacated for some time. Eventually, Leandro Paredes took that number last season after taking De Rossi's blessing and chose to honor one of the best midfielders that Italy has produced ever. I'm ending this video about De Rossi with another fun fact. जहाँ पे आपने देखा, once he retired from football, he had this amazing makeover done where he put in makeup and पता नहीं उसने बाल fake बाल लगाए थे. He wore a disguise and came to the Stadio Olimpico to watch a derby della Capitale, Roma versus Lazio. He came as a fan in disguise and no one could make out that it was De Rossi in the stands, which is practically impossible for him to do. भाई साहब, अगर वो De Rossi बन के आया stands में तो वहां पे बवाल मच जाएगा. But De Rossi is a simple guy. You saw that episode of Overlap. He just came on his moped and he shot the episode, and a crowd had gathered outside, not for the likes of Carragher, Keane or Ian Wright, with all due respect. It was for De Rossi, and then De Rossi quickly got into the moped, wore his helmet and sped away, because that's the kind of guy De Rossi is. He's a family guy, and I hope so that Noah De Rossi, his son, eventually ends up playing for Roma and carries forward the legacy that was started by Alberto and his son Daniele, and hopefully Noah De Rossi can also make Roma proud. In either case, Daniele De Rossi for me has had such a huge impact on my life. I grew my beard for De Rossi. It was for him that I grew the beard, and whenever I'm down, wherever I'm low, जब भी मुझे कोई भी चीज को fight करना होता है, I draw inspiration from De Rossi. The kind of player that he was on the pitch. He gave it his 100%. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But he was always ready to fight. And with that, my friends, we are at the end of the video. I hope आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया. मुझे ये ट्रिब्यूट काफी समय से करना था. अब चैनल को 1 साल हो चुका है, and this was the perfect time to do a Dear Daniele De Rossi, a Dear DDR video. Because for me, he is one of my favorite players, a player who I've idolized growing up, a player who on the pitch represented everything that Roma is meant to be. Thank you. अगर आप यहाँ तक आए हो, thank you so much for all the love and support. Keep supporting the channel, like, share and subscribe. I'm Ajay Man, and until the next time, it's ciao ciao and Forza Roma per sempre.